Hello again. We do have the risk of some heavy thundery downpours affecting western parts in particular as we go through Thursday and perhaps into Friday as well. But another talking point, well, that's our temperatures. It is getting hotter again for some of us as we go through the next couple of days. We're seeing temperatures rising, particularly across the south-southeast. And with the rise in temperatures, we're also seeing humidity rising too. So it is going to be pretty uncomfortable for sleeping, feeling quite oppressive at times during the day as well. Although worth bearing in mind, temperatures won't be anywhere near as high as they were just a week or so ago. With the high humidity and that heat, well, that brings the risk of some heavy thundery rain pushing into southern parts and across much of the country as we go into the weekend. I'll have more on that in a second. Back to the here and now, and it's a cloudy picture across the southwest, a few outbreaks of rain, and that rain's then going to feed into parts of Wales, could turn quite heavy at times, and also some hefty outbreaks of rain across parts of Northern Ireland overnight. There could even be a bit of thunder mixed in. Further east and north, well, it's a dry night here, some clear skies around, but do bear in mind there could be a few pockets of mist and fog developing across eastern parts of England. Now, it is going to be a warm night for most of us. Perhaps the eastern parts of Scotland could see some places dipping into single figures. Otherwise, most places holding up in the low to mid-teens, perhaps even high teens for some places, particularly towards the west, where it's going to be a bit warmer with that cloud making its way in. Then as we go through Thursday, well, it's a west-east split to start off with, but that it's going to evolve a little bit as we go through the day. Yes, bright and sunny to start off with across the north and east to begin with, but the cloud feeding its way in, so many places turning a fair bit cloudier as we go through the afternoon, and there could be a few spots of rain reaching some eastern areas. But the rain will be most likely across the west. And, well, it's not a band of persistent rain, so there will be some dry periods, even some bright or sunny spells perhaps, but worth bearing in mind that there could be some heavy torrential thundery downpours. The greatest risk of the thundery downpours, well, that's across western parts of Northern Ireland. We do have a warning in force because there could be, well, 10 to 20 millimetres of rain in just an hour or so, and, well, 30, 40 millimetres, maybe even a little bit more in a few hours, and that's enough to cause some flash flooding. And there's also the risk of hail, frequent lightning, perhaps some gusty winds with those downpours, and so there could be some disruption, particularly to travel as well. It is going to be a warm day for most, temperatures a little bit higher than on Wednesday for many places, high 20s towards the southeast, 28, 29, and elsewhere we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 20s, so feeling pretty warm, even though there will be a fair bit of cloud around and some outbreaks of rain. Still the risk of some heavy thundery downpours across parts of Northern Ireland, also western Scotland as we go through the latter part of the day and overnight into Friday. Otherwise, there's a showery mix of rain around. It's quite a messy picture, really, as we go through into Friday morning. Some clearer skies, mainly across parts of the Midlands, East Anglia, and towards central southern England. Yeah, that's where we have the greatest chance of staying completely dry with those clear skies. But even with this, like I said, we have humidity rising and some warm air across us, so temperatures not dropping much at all. Mid to high teens for many places, could even be a little bit warmer than that in some places. As a result, like I say, oppressively warm and a little bit difficult for sleeping for some of us. Then on Friday itself, well, it's again a messy picture really. Showery outbreaks of rain, mainly towards the north and west. A few maybe reaching some parts of central eastern England, but not many. It's likely to stay dry here with some sunshine on offer. Again, there could be some heavy thundery downpours across parts of Northern Ireland, but perhaps slightly fewer than we're expecting through Thursday, but nonetheless some impacts possible here. Elsewhere, the showers don't look quite as intense, but there could be the odd heavier burst mixed in. As I mentioned, temperatures are rising, going to continue to rise as we go towards the end of the week. So a good chance we're going to get back into the low 30s, particularly towards the south-southeast on Friday, and once again widely temperatures in the low to mid 20s. So it's either going to feel very warm or hot for most of us. Then as we go into the weekend, and as I mentioned, there is the risk of some heavy thundery rain pushing its way up from the south. It's likely to spread its way across much of the country as we go through Saturday into Sunday, so most of us will see some pretty wet weather at times. There will also be something a little bit drier around as well, but it is going to be pretty wet. And with that, whilst Saturday may still be very warm or hot for some in the south, there will be a fresher change to things as we go through the weekend because of that rain that's making its way in. For more information about what you can expect through this weekend and beyond, do check out the 10-day trend, which is available on YouTube and Spotify. Otherwise, I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.